Thursday, the 18th of September. I would like to pay my respects to the spirits of the land here, where it is not windy. Oh my gosh, I just dislike the wind. I dislike wind, I dislike storms. It seems like a beautiful day today, so I've already trained and I'm going to get out and do some steps today because I did not achieve my step goal yesterday at all. But that's fine because it was, we've got to make allowances in life, don't we? Especially when there are external circumstances that we cannot avoid. There's got to be some give and take. And that's a good segue for the fact that Mercury is moving into Libra. Good morning, Louise. How are you? Look at that, it's working. Yay. Good morning, Deborah. All right. So let's just get straight into this. All right. So now it's a very frantic type of pace at the moment. All right. So we do have this kite grand trine thing in the air. So that just means it's a grand trine between Mercury right now. Mercury is at 29 degrees of Virgo right now. Good morning, Susan. How are you? And so Mercury is off its head, all right? And I just mean that there is such a concentrated energy of Virgo right now. In the words I have suggested that we could be doing things like admin, tying up loose ends, finally making that important appointment that you have been putting off, especially when it comes to self-care, healthcare, service to yourself and others, like all of those Virgo qualities. And I'm mainly talking about any medical appointments that you've been putting off because, good morning, Linda. So, now with Mercury at 29 degrees of Virgo today, it's in its rulership. And like I said, you need to do that mental focus work. Today is the day. All right. Now, okay, so go back to the Grand Trine. Now, the Grand Trine is between Uranus at 1 degree of Gemini, Pluto at 1 degree of Aquarius, and Mercury is going to be moving into that Libra at 1 degree. All right, so that Grand Trine's still developing. Now, the tail of that, all right, so the Saturn Neptune is going to be opposing the Mercury. All right. So, there is, like I said, there is a frantic pace in the air at the moment. So please don't get caught up in the maelstrom. That is the energy right now. We're looking at real estate at the moment and it is off its head. Like things are going in hours. And I'm not even joking. Something's getting put up and it is gone in hours. There is just this franticness in this eclipse portal, and I got caught up in it yesterday and then I pulled back and then I got caught up in it again, and so it's actually taking effort to not get drawn into these experiences. So these experiences obviously are individual in your own life. So where is it that this changing mindset is affecting Pluto in Aquarius, all right? So how are we transforming our future? What in our community is changing? So we've got both of those. In the end here, I wrote that it might feel like a life or death situation to get it done now, but please don't go and do anything that is undoable without great discussion. Now, when Mercury moves into Libra at 8:06 p.m. tonight, so it's more likely that it's going to be easier to negotiate tomorrow. All right, Mercury in Libra is all about negotiations. Right now, Mercury is just like, what are the details? What are the facts? What needs to be done? Come on, chop, chop, chop. Let's do it. Let's do it. So today, even that is just adding to that frantic nature. All right. So, now, with Mercury at 29 degrees of Virgo, this is where the new moon is on Monday. All right, so we could be having a preview of the type of influence that this eclipse is going to be bringing up as well. Now, I like the fact that the Saturn in Pisces, Neptune in Aries is opposing that Mercury because it's allowing us to see deeper into the situation. Saturn in Pisces, all right, so maybe we are seeing some of um, our innate patterns emerging, and we are able to feel into them to see what it is that is going to be better for us in the long term, especially in that spiritual boundary inducing nature, all right? So Neptune in Aries, it's such a hard one. It is, it's that fight for what we believe in, but Neptune that has no boundaries can have some discipline in Aries, I guess. So you know what I mean? Like there's a lot of restrictive but feeling type of stuff. All right. So anyway, when Mercury moves into Libra, we might be able to weigh up situations a whole lot easier. All right. So what else did I say? So there was a preview of what's to come on Monday, admin day. Beware of the frantic nature of this time. And yeah, discuss things thoroughly before closing any deals. All right. Now, let's just have a look. Oh, actually, when I was doing the words, I looked up the Sabian symbol for 29 degrees of Virgo and it was perfect. All right. A man is gaining secret knowledge from an ancient scroll he is reading. The truths of the practical application of one's daily life. So, discipline in Aries. Yeah, absolutely. There's discipline in Aries. Good morning, Kathy. How are you? I loved your reel yesterday. Go you. I want to see more of them. All right. Do some reels where you're actually at CrossFit. That would be amazing. All right. So, as you can sort of see by that Sabian symbol too, it's about looking at ancient knowledge, and that is so um, Saturn in Pisces, Neptune in Aries. All right. A couple of weeks ago, I used the analogy of Mars was going on a quest where at first he was counseled by his elders. All right. There's that Saturn, Neptune. So he was off on this spiritual quest, but he had to be reminded of what's the fucking point of why you're going and doing the thing. So there's that. Now, Mercury in Libra can also be quite fickle and hesitant. All right. So we must be aware that, he's generally a fixer and an optimist and good at handling things, laying down the law. He's very charming in Libra, very strategic and very, very uh, gifted when it comes to words. All right. So Mercury in Libra, very articulate. All right. So again, with the hesitancy though, because he is so diplomatic and he's trying to be so fair across the board, he might have that resistance to be making decisions. But going back to that, make sure that you are just discussing things thoroughly before signing on any dotted lines. All right, again, there's just this energy where it's like, you need to do it now. You don't need to do it now. What you need to do now is be clear in what you actually want. All right. So yesterday, oh my gosh, I got caught up in the energy so badly. I had anxiety up to here and I was just like freaking out. Good morning, Barbara. And I actually sat down and I got a meditation just on YouTube and I was like, all right, calm down. All right, let's not get anxious or, FOMO, because even that FOMO, fear of missing out, like this is very much in the air. So what I got out of it was that if I was not clear in my own mind, then I would just take whatever was coming my way first thing because I thought I was going to miss out. No. Remember, you need to be clear in your mind. What are the things, have you written a list so the universe can tick those things off for you? Have you got a parameter that the universe can work with you? All right. So remember our antennas. My antenna is a little bit off at the moment with my new sitting arrangement, but what is it that you are projecting to the universe? If you are stuck in this frantic energy, then that's what you're giving off. All right. And that just makes that erratic nature of your day even stronger. So, do you need to continually check in with yourself often? All right, there's a lot going on. Continue to check in with yourself and just sort of, where am I at? Am I being irrational? Am I being frantic? Or can I come back? Box breathing, maybe? I don't know. Meditation, grounding, going for a walk, all the things. The wind is Archangel Michael, clearing stuck energy. I like that. But I also like the fact that the wind has now gone. Michael definitely cleared our space here yesterday. so so thank you for that, Mikkel. Now, another little note that when I was doing my research for today, it came up 3 times, and I was like, "Ooh, okay, I need to pay attention to that." And so I don't know who needs to hear this, but Mercury, um, do you have a safe space? All right. So the coincidental things that I got yesterday was the sanctuary in the library. All right. So, for many of you that have done my Saturday things, I often talk about my magical place in my head is this beautiful library that I found in like 2002. Or, that's when I was like, oh, this is my place. All right. So I have the sanctuary of the library within myself. When I want to do specific, magical or energetic things, I can go there. All right. So I'm just wondering within yourself whether that this is the universe's way of saying to me to remind you guys that you can create a safe and calm space within yourself, that you can then remind yourself it is time to go to that place, to bring yourself down, to have some adrenal regulation, to connect in with your parasympathetic nervous system. All right. Like I said earlier, box breathing, reconnecting, grounding, doing the physical things that are going to mentally and spiritually calm you down. All right. Calm down. There is a very frantic energy in the air right now, and please try not to get caught up into it, because that's when we make FOMO decisions, or we make decisions that we're going to look back on and go, what was I thinking? Why I got caught up. All right. So now that's pretty much today. The moon is doing not much at all, except for after 8 p.m. All right. It is making an inconjunct to the North Node. This could be with the moon in Leo. It could be amazing dreams. There could be some ego stories coming your way, that there is this theme of forgiveness, and for yourself and others. So maybe that being in yourself and being proud of what you have achieved so far. Venus is still in Leo. Maybe that adjustment that's made with the inconjunct to the North Node is just, again, stories coming together to help you sort of move down a new path. All right, I had some beautiful forgiveness stuff happen yesterday, and it has directly changed my path forward. So, what in your life does that look like? All right. Now, tomorrow, I haven't got the words because I'm in it with you guys. Venus does move into Virgo. Good morning, Sean. How are you? Now, the feeling that I got for tomorrow, all right, again, all I've written for tomorrow's words is be radiant, Queens. So, there is this Venus is moving into Virgo, all right, so she's going to be at that 29th degree of Leo, and then the moon is coming up with her. So we've got this emotional, and our love language. So our emotions and our love language are going to be moving across the Virgo, um, or oh my God, fucking words, cusp. They are going to be moving across the Virgo cusp, hand in hand. All right. The moon moves into Virgo at 10:23, and Venus moves into Virgo at 10:39. All right. So they are literally holding hands as that Virgo experience comes upon them. And I liked this because I felt like it was, that queen energy that we have with Venus in Leo, where she's gathering up all of her accoutrements, all of her fabulous things. She's got them in a chest, all right? So she's packed her stuff. She realizes that it is just as important for a queen to go on a sabbatical, all right? So she's going away from that glitzy lifestyle into nature, all right? She's going into that earth sign, that mutable earth, where she can sit and she can just calm down. She's going into the forest. She's going into that beautiful cabin in the woods where she can just contemplate, reorientate, come back to herself, do all of those, the magical herbs and the potency of nature and the beautiful things that nature can give us, especially as females. So the month of Venus in Virgo is going to be lovely, even though she is in detriment. I think she can still, sorry, she's in fall, so it might feel like she's not got all of her tools. But like I said, I feel like if you are aware of what's coming, you can pack your chest or pack your trunk and take those important things with you. Not all of them. She hasn't got a massive a troop of people coming with her. She's just got the bare necessities. All right. So, we're all going to be feeling that shift, and changes are just continuing to come because, Monday we've got the eclipse, then we've got Mars moving into Scorpio. Sorry, Mars. Mars moving into Scorpio. And then on Tuesday, we have the equinox where the sun is also moving. So many shifts coming that if you are just prepared for the energy changing, you should just be like cruising through. All right, so which one do I want? No, I definitely want a Scorpio card. I just feel like the energy is that deep, and that focused as well. Like we really need to be aware of what we're doing. So I'm pulling out the special cards today. All right. Ooh, yeah, that one was that one. Oh, okay. Oh, is it? Yeah, it is. Okay. All right. Family and tribe. All right. That actually looks like the people that I work out with at the moment, Juice and Toya. That's exactly them. And I have done my workout today. All right, so that is card number 20 for those that want the number. All right. Okay. Be very discerning with other people's opinions. Oh, I love that, especially with Mercury moving. Become aware of how the beliefs of your family and tribe are influencing you. There's that kite. What did you learn about relationships, money, and opportunities when you were younger? There's Mercury and Venus. Ask yourself, am I still carrying some of those outdated beliefs? Am I trying to seek love and approval from my family by doing what they want me to? An important question to ask yourself is whether you are living your life in order to make someone else or yourself happy. This card asks you to examine your loyalties, your family beliefs, your superstitions and rituals that have power over you. Let go of anything that is not serving you. You are also being asked to face your fears of being different and embrace your uniqueness, even if others don't understand or approve of your actions. Often working with your energy centers, in particular the root chakra, can help you release past limitations and hurts, increase your confidence, and help you manifest your desires into physical reality. I love that. I love that. So, it does say to recognize beliefs that you have adopted from other people. I like that because, that sort of shows that, there was a choice. It wasn't just a family pattern, you can adopt things. And yeah, I like all of that. So I hope that feels good to everybody. This shift that we're going through, like Mercury today, Venus tomorrow, Mars on Monday. There's all our personal planets, so there is some, some good quality momentum shifting here. Again, we've got the equinox, so you're very welcome, Mikkel. So yeah, I hope you all have a fabulous day. And yeah, I will see you tomorrow for Friday the 19th. So have a good one, ladies. Mwah. Bye.